Pimpinan Yayasan Kemanusiaan Gaza, seorang pendeta Kristen Zionis. Saudara, Pendeta Johnny Moore adalah pemimpin dari Kongres Pemimpin Kristen. Johnny Moore, seorang Kristen Zionis ini yang memimpin Yayasan Kemanusiaan Gaza yang bertugas untuk membagikan bantuan kemanusiaan bagi warga Gaza. Johnny Moore juga dikenal sebagai pendoa bagi Presiden Trump, dan ia menulis sejumlah buku yang berkaitan dengan kekristenan dan juga tantangan yang dihadapi oleh umat Kristen.
Every trip to Israel this year, I've met with the president of Israel. And I told him a promise. I said, it may feel to the Jewish community around the world that it feels a lot like 1938. But there are two differences. And the first difference is the state of Israel exists and it is strong. And the second difference is we exist. There are over 700 million Christians like us. They call us evangelicals. We're all around the world. And I'm making a promise to you, Mr. President. And I said to the President of Israel, you don't need us. Israel's strong enough to fight this battle alone, but we're making a commitment to you that as evangelicals, in order to get to you, they got to get through us first. And that is a commitment that we all can make. When they call a day of rage against Israel, we call a day of prayer. When the whole world stands against them, we get ever stronger. There is no terrorist, there is no authoritarian, there is no one in history that has enough power to destroy the Prince of Peace.
Johnny Moore pernah mendapatkan penghargaan dari organisasi Yahudi di Amerika.
That we wanted to represent what they actually believed, and one of the things that evangelicals actually believe is in Zionism. We are Christian Zionists. This is part of our DNA. It's part of who we are. It's part of our theology. It's part of our commitment. We felt like it was time for evangelicals themselves to not have a sentimental relationship with Israel or a sentimental relationship with the Jewish people or the Hebrew Bible, but to have a substantive relationship that understood the good and bad of Christian history with the Jewish community, and to understand not just how we feel about Israel, but why we support Israel. In Saudi Arabia, or in Egypt, or in the UAE, or in Bahrain, or in Morocco, or in the Sudan, or you name the Muslim majority country, when they met with evangelicals, they knew they were meeting with Friends of Israel. And we were able to play one small part in the many, many chapters that have led to this new season of peace in the Middle East. And even to this day, I often find when things get complicated between my Muslim friends and my Jewish friends, maybe between two business people or two government officials, that very often an evangelical can make the difference as the person who has trust with both parties in what is sometimes a new relationship. So there are all kinds of unique facets to the evangelical community that people don't necessarily realize. And at the Congress of Christian Leaders, we pull all of that together, and we do it in the path of promoting religious freedom and promoting human rights and combating anti-Semitism and being peacemakers, not in a governmental fashion, but in a non-governmental fashion, but often making the way for peace to be possible.
It is outrageous that the media has engaged in a modern blood libel, questioning everything Israel says and accepting everything Hamas says, knowing good and well that every single thing Hamas says is a lie. See, in this war, the moral choice is clear. There are no both sides here. Israel's enemies, they don't want a two-state solution. They want a final solution, and this continent ought to understand what those two words mean. Israel has no other option to do, as the European Parliament itself said this week, to eliminate Hamas. So as others choose the cowardice of silence, or make excuses for terrorists. We come here today in the center of this international city as proud Christians to declare clearly, boldly, loudly, reliably, Am Yisrael Chai. And so we stand here as Europeans and Americans, the leaders of the democratic world, allies with the only democracy in the Middle East, with one clear message: not tomorrow, not next week, not later today, right this second. Set them free now. And what is our role? What is our role as Christians? We also believe in the God of Abraham and Isaac and Jacob. We come here today because we put our faith in God, but I believe it is God who is putting his faith in us. He gave us this world to be a steward over it. And as Christians, we believe in miracles. We have prayed for them on this very day, but we don't rely on them. God will do his part. The question is whether we will do ours.
Damai hanya bisa tanpa teroris. Am Yisrael Hai, bangsa Israel hidup. Salam damai dari Fakta Israel.